At London Financial Studies, we focus exclusively on capital markets. Our programs offer practical learning to professionals from all over the world. Public courses are delivered in London, New York, and Singapore. Our teachers are leading experts in their fields with a wealth of practical knowledge. They are skilled communicators who can get the message across quickly and effectively. Dr. Simon Acomb has over 2 decades' experience in quantitative finance. During his career in banking, he established and led quantitative teams for top-tier firms, covering from proprietary trading to equities analytic modelling. Simon has been on the LFS faculty since 2008.
VAR and credit risk and different sorts of operational risk have become an increased focus attention for the regulators, particularly since the financial crisis in 2008, when lots of the models of risk fell over, and there's been an increased push to improve the quality of those models. So VAR has been shown to have a number of shortcomings. In particular, one of the key problems with VAR is it usually looks at historical data to try and predict what's going to happen in the future. And using of historical data isn't always the best thing to do and doesn't take into account current market circumstances. VAR usually doesn't take into account any details about how difficult it might be to be able to liquidate certain types of assets. So looking at liquidity risk has become another major problem. One of the other key issues that's particularly important to regulators at the moment is credit risk. How does this get measured, and how can you improve the quality of your credit risk management and credit measurement?
This LFS course develops a set of tools for the management of the wide range of risks encountered in capital markets. Workshops include value at risk and its limitations, practical uses of Monte Carlo simulations, and different methods for estimating default probabilities.
On the first day, we look at VAR in considerable depth. We look at the ways in which standard VAR gets calculated and ways in which it can be improved, particularly in the area called expected shortfall, which looks at what happens when the really bad events happen. We also look at how VAR gets managed and allocated, and the problem of being able to say how VAR gets allocated across different trading desks within an organisation. And we also then look at the problems of liquidity risk management and also how to reduce and manage VAR, how to identify trades and transactions that will help you minimise the VAR across an entire trading organisation. On the second day, we look at credit risk in some detail and study how the credit rating of your counterparties, but also the credit rating of the financial institution itself, can be taken into account in pricing financial transactions, and how this leads to a way of assessing credit risk due to the fact that credit ratings may change. Finally, we look at the area of wrong-way risk and how this is the idea of credit risk where both the credit of the underlying instrument and the credit risk of the counterparty are linked, and how this can be taken into account in credit assessment. On this course, we've had a large range of different delegates who've attended and benefited. They can be either risk managers, financial controllers, traders, decision makers within financial institutions, quantitative researchers, technology specialists, and also credit specialists. Throughout the course, we work on a number of different practical Excel spreadsheets, and these delegates usually find very beneficial when they come back to their offices. In one of the spreadsheets, we look at liquidity risk and look at a portfolio of very large positions that needs to be liquidated over a period of time and work out the optimal way to do that. And one delegate has taken that spreadsheet back and starts using that in a practical situation in their financial institution to help make decisions how large portfolios should be liquidated. Other sorts of problems that we tackle in spreadsheets are building models of how to assess credit risk and price a credit valuation adjustment and how that works in practice for swap and option positions, which delegates can take away and use back in their own financial institution. At the end of the course, the delegates leave with a set of skills and a toolkit that allows them to be able to implement a VAR model successfully, assess credit risk within their portfolios in a financial institution, look at exotic subjects like liquidity risk and wrong way risk, and also to be able to assess operational risk within their financial institution across a range of different circumstances.